So for module 11, obviously a lot of the drills that we're going to be using will tend to do out in the field or out where there's a bit more space. So for the sake of the video, we're going to do a couple of exercises in here where we're taking a couple of steps, but appreciate that we're very limited where we are here. Normally we'll do this either in a much larger, gym, or we'll do it out in the field where we've got a bit of space to do the acceleration over 20, 30, 40, 50 meters, whatever. But for now, Sarah, let's just do the first set of decels. So we're just going to go sagittal plane and just take a couple of steps and stop on your right leg. Just do 3 or 4 reps of it for me. So what we're looking for here is that they get that good mid-foot co-contraction and they're able to stop balanced over the foot. Nice, good. Just do the same again for me. The Sarah's do what a lot of your athletes will do, which I'll coach you for a second. Better that time, nice. And just hold, nice. Good. And Sarah's making that look fairly easy, that last couple of reps. But this is challenging and the hold is key. So you get a lot of athletes that they'll go there and they'll come straight back out of it again. And it'll look good initially, but get them to hold it, they'll be all over the place. And really it's that hold. If you can get them forwards onto their foot and get them holding that position, like that's giving them a lot of feedback. So what I'll normally do is you go back into that position again, Sarah. Yeah, you run into it. And what you can normally do with your athletes is get them to stay there and almost give a bit of a push, give a bit of push over. And Sarah's not too bad. But if your athlete fails, so if they fall over, all I'm going to say is, okay, I want you to land stronger. Now, that's powerful because that's an external cue and they'll reorganize their system to actually land in a much more stable position without me having to coach them to get onto the midfoot. So I say, okay, see how you're a little bit weak there? What do you need to do to get a bit more balanced? The other thing is if I'm here, I've got nowhere to go. So I'm too far back on my heel. If I want to change direction or go a different direction or take contact even, I'm not in a very good position to do that. If I'm forwards onto my midfoot, there's a player in front of me, I can give contact, I can take contact, I can sidestep, I can change direction. I've got movement options. That's what we're looking for with these kind of movements. Eventually then when we start to progress them, the next thing we'll tend to do is give them a target to stop at. So if you want to do the same again, Sarah, but this time I want you to stop as close to the kettlebell as you can. You don't need to, you can stop just in line with it. Nice, good, and walk back. Now, and Sarah made that look really, really easy again. Just do the same again. But you can see even before she goes now, she has to really think about it. Now we've added a massive coordinative component to this. And what you might actually find is when they're doing it without a target, they're fine. But when they get to go to the target, they start to struggle a little bit. And what's really important when we go to the target is that penultimate step on the opposite leg. So obviously if I want to stop as close to this target as possible, I need to decelerate on this leg to then be able to stop on this leg. And you'll find a lot of athletes, they might get to here and they're really slamming into the floor on that last one because they're not able to slow down enough on this leg and they have to try and get as much then deceleration as they can on that right leg. Or you'll find they land and they'll fall forward on the right leg. That might look like a right leg problem, but actually what's really important here is that we can start the deceleration on the opposite leg and then get onto our right leg. So at this stage, it's very important that we're looking at both legs. And the coordinative demands are very, very important as well. Obviously, this is just sagittal plane. We can do this frontal plane, transverse plane, and we can speed it up as well. At the moment, we're very, very interested in this pause. When I get to the end stage progressions, which I do in the field, I might be doing a drill where I'm doing 2 or 3 steps forwards, 2 or 3 steps sideways, forwards, and changing direction again. And eventually, when I'm doing these at 100%, I don't even want them to pause. I just want to see intent, change direction, and then being able to do all that under control with high speeds, no reactions, no symptoms, and basically confidence. So recaps from module 11, I suppose the key takeaways are we need to have earned the right to be here first. So it's really, really important that we've built up our load tolerance to the point now that we're ready to really stress them under these high loads, high speeds, high stress environments. And this is the point now where we kind of can flare somebody up if we make mistakes. So it's important that we really, really have earned the right to be here. And then, yeah, it's just the same thing, take them through the progressions. We're looking for the same things, but hopefully by this stage, if you've taken your client through all of those progressions, all the stuff like the midfoot and stuff should be all kind of second nature by this stage. So there's not that much cueing going on. You're just giving them a task and seeing what the nervous system does. And hopefully it should be doing it the way we kind of want it to. What's your biggest takeaways, Sarah?
There's a few actually. So there's obviously earning the right to be there. I think that you've got to really pace yourself on this because it's easy the players really wanting to get back to, playing, so it's easy for to just, get through the whole thing in one session.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to kind of make sure that you're doing it nice and slow. Another thing is the routines of it all, because there's so many different ways that you could do it. And then also making sure that you're doing different planes for different injuries as well. So you're obviously going to have loads of different planes with different injuries, so making sure that you're going in the right plane to stress certain tissues as well.
Yeah.
So it's basically like just a carry on from the lunges, or the lunge matrix kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, nice. Yeah, and I think that's a good point. I think it's very easy to say you do your tempo runs and they're absolutely fine, but that's just sagittal plane. So when you get somebody then up into the transverse plane decels, it could be absolutely shocking. So it's really, really important, like Sarah said, that we're checking all three planes. We're not just judging it on one thing. Oh, they've ran 70% today, I think they're going to be pretty good by the weekend. But if they can run 70%, but they can't slow themselves down at 70%, that's going to be very, very important, obviously. And also if they can't change direction and if they can't go transverse planes. So it's very, very important that we check everything at this stage, make sure they're good with it all, and then we can be pretty happy that they're ready to get back into whatever the sport is. So that's module 11. Next week's going to be module 12, so that's the last module of the mentorship. And again, it's just hitting home the same concepts, and this now is more about building resilience in the gym. And basically, if we can keep these concepts now, we can get the athlete or the patient implementing this stuff while they're training in the gym. It's a nice way for us to maintain our work as well, because if they're going to be training anyway 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, if we can be incorporating the midfoot, incorporating the hand pressures and incorporating the concepts while they're doing that, that's going to have a massive knock-on effect for the movement as well. So that's going to be next week.